Hundreds of stranded persons from the northeast and other states of the country continue to arrive in Dimapur by the day. They are screened and taken to the respective quarantine centers. Nagaland government says issues on filing returnee form and financial assistance will be addressed. Rupees 1 lakh crore Agri-Infrastructure Fund to be set up for farm gate. Rupees 20,000 crore allocated for launch of Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sambada Yojana. 15,000 crore rupees Animal Husbandry Infrastructure Development Fund announced to support private investment in dairy processing, value addition and cattle feed infrastructure. Another 500 crore rupees has been earmarked for beekeeping initiatives. And the death toll due to COVID-19 rise to 2,752 and the number of cases climbed to 85,940. Number of active cases stand at 53,035 with 30,152 recoveries. Global COVID-19 cases surge over 45 lakhs with over 3 lakh deaths. Hello viewers, welcome to News and Trends and you're watching the Daily News Bulletin. We begin this bulletin by taking a look at the latest update on COVID-19 from across the country. Now, the death toll due to COVID-19 rose to 2,752 and the number of cases climbed to 85,940 today, registering an increase of 103 deaths and 3,970 cases in the last 24 hours according to the Union Health Ministry. The number of active cases stood at 53,035 while 30,152 people have recovered and one patient has migrated, it said. Senior Health Ministry officials said around 35.08% of patients have recovered so far. The highest number of confirmed cases in the country are from Maharashtra at 29,100, followed by Tamil Nadu at 10,108, Gujarat at 9,931, and Delhi at 8,895. In the northeast, Tripura has reported 156 cases, Assam has 91 cases, while Meghalaya registered 13 cases each. Manipur has 3 cases, Mizoram and Arunachal Pradesh have reported a case each. In nearby Assam, 2 more people tested positive for COVID-19 yesterday, taking the total number of positive cases in Assam to 91. In a tweet this afternoon, Assam Health Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma said, alert, 2 more persons related to Allu Kodam case test COVID-19 in Guwahati. Assam has now 46 active cases, 41 discharged and cured, 2 deaths and 2 migration of the total 91 cases. Chief Secretary Nagaland Temjin has said that the government would soon take a call on the issue of complaints arising from stranded persons, some of whom have said that they have not been able to fill in the returnee form nor avail the financial assistance offered by the government. The Chief Secretary informed media persons that the government was seized of the matter and assured that it was working to address the issue.
Capacities. For all practical purposes, green zone, we are saying only those people who have indeed started coming from the northeastern states. Green zones of the northeastern states. But then for all practical purposes, others we are not dividing into green, orange and red. We are all taking them all as red. Because there is bound to be mix-up in the train. It will be very difficult to segregate according to zones in the train. The process of our verification, like I told you, about 18,000 people, more than 18,000, they are registered for returning home. And then during the course of our verification, because let me tell you that many of our own people have not been very honest. So, learning from past lessons, we had to carry out verification and in the process call up some of them at random and asking them certain basic questions. Some we have to, just because you applied does not mean you will get, because we have screened out. Some have been fraudulent in their registration, so those people will not get. And then those who have got help already from the earlier from the CM's relief fund, money was sent to the various cities, and through the Students' Union, through the Nagaland houses, through the state chaplains, this money was distributed in the form of either cash or, ration. So, for the time being, those people are being left out.
Meanwhile, stranded persons from across the northeast continue to arrive in Dimapur day by day. Altogether, 14 buses from Meghalaya with 333 passengers and 5 private vehicles with 17 passengers from Assam reached Dimapur yesterday. On arrival at Reception Center, Agri Expo Dimapur, all the returnees filled in the necessary particulars and were screened, after which they were taken to the respective quarantine centers. DIPR reported from day 1 till yesterday a total of 754 persons reached Dimapur from Assam, Meghalaya, Andhra Pradesh and New Delhi. The center has asked states to ensure that migrant workers don't have to walk back home, as the government of India is running buses and over 100 Shramik special trains daily to facilitate their journey. Home Secretary Ajay Bhalla has written to all Chief Secretaries of States that people need to be made aware about these arrangements and counseled by states to not travel on foot. He said states should ensure that such workers are taken to nearby shelters and provided food and water till they boarded the buses or trains. The Home Secretary said the railways will run more special trains for the purpose as per requirement. Government has announced 1.63 lakh crore rupee package for agriculture and allied sectors aimed at strengthening infrastructure, logistics and capacity building at farm gate. Announcing the third tranche of an overall package of 20 lakh crore rupees to deal with the economic situation arising out of COVID-19 pandemic, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman announced a 1 lakh crore rupees agri-infrastructure fund that will finance projects at farm gate, an aggregation point for efficient post-harvest management of crops. Besides schemes for micro-food enterprises, cattle vaccination, dairy sector, herbal plantation, beekeeping and fruits and vegetables were also announced. The Finance Minister also announced amendment to Essential Commodities Act to enable better price realization for farmers. The amendment will be largely towards deregulating certain crops like potatoes, cereals and onions. No stock limit shall apply for food processing units, value addition corporations and exporters. No stock limit shall apply for food processing units, value added corporations and exporters.
Very important, especially when it was promulgated during those days where food shortages were common. Indian farmers were trying to produce but not adequately because of the agricultural impetus which was needed was just then beginning to be given. But however, when in 1955 it was passed and subsequently also, we had lived in days of shortages. Now what is happening is farmers are producing, there's abundance of crop. This abundance of crop sometimes also leads to issues because they would want to export. We don't permit them to export because we want to be sure that India prices don't go up. And because of a flip-flops, sometimes farmers don't get the benefit, some other times the consumers suffer. So this Essential Commodities Act requires an amendment.
The second phase of Vande Bharat mission is being launched from today to 22nd of this month. In this phase, the Indians from 31 countries will be brought back. In all, 149 flights, including feeder flights, will be deployed. Additional 18 countries have been covered under the second phase. These include Indonesia, Thailand, Australia, Italy, France, Germany, Ireland, Canada, Japan, Nigeria, Kazakhstan, Ukraine, Kyrgyzstan, Belarus, Georgia, Tajikistan and Armenia. Till now, over 1,88,000 Indian nationals have registered for return on the portal. The second week of Vande Bharat mission will be both more extensive and exhaustive. The priority has been given for travel from abroad to compelling cases in distress, including migrant workers who have been laid off, people faced with expiry of short-term visas, those with medical emergency, pregnant women and elderly are also being given priority. The cost of travel will be borne by travelers. The number of coronavirus cases, COVID-19 cases across 188 nations reached 45,476 and the death toll stood at 3,04,835. With the highest number both in positive cases and death toll, the US continues to remain the worst hit with a total of 14,27,867 cases. It is followed by Russia with 2,62,843 cases, the UK with 2,38,001 cases, Spain with 2,30,183 cases, Italy with 2,23,885 cases. With a massive jump, the US has witnessed the highest death toll across the nations at 86,386, followed by the UK at 34,077, Italy at 31,610, Spain at 27,459, and France at 27,428. The United States President Donald Trump has announced on his Twitter handle that the US will donate ventilators to India. He also underlined the close partnership between the two countries and called Prime Minister Narendra Modi his good friend. President Trump said the US and India are cooperating to develop the vaccine for COVID-19. He added the US stands with India and the Prime Minister Modi during this pandemic and together will beat the invisible enemy. He recognized Indian Americans as great scientists and researchers who are contributing in the development of coronavirus vaccine. He said a COVID-19 vaccine would likely be available by the end of the year. Trump announced appointing former head of vaccines at GlaxoSmithKline to spearhead the vaccine development effort. Nagaland Chief Minister Nipirio and Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patton visited COVID-19 hospital Zanapoto yesterday. The Chief Minister inspected the various arrangements made at the hospital like the isolation wards and the newly set up ICU facility. A meeting was held at the Deputy Commissioner's residence with various officers and NGOs representing Sumi Hoho, Sumi Kakami Hoho, Sumi Totimi Hoho, among others, including church leaders. He said, worldwide, people are not just dying, but it is affecting our economies and other critical aspects also. He appreciated everyone for coming forward and working together, especially civil societies, administration, police, medical department, and even the opposition. On the lockdown and the difficulties faced by people in procuring essential items, the Chief Minister said that we have to learn how to be self-sufficient and everyone must work towards being self-reliant. The Chief Minister also visited FEC district regarding COVID-19 yesterday, where he had a meeting with district administration, officers and NGOs of FEC district. In the meeting, the Chief Minister called upon everyone to give their best to fight against COVID-19 while thanking district administration, police department, medical staffs and NGOs for giving the best effort in fighting against the disease. He said that Nagaland is in a green zone till now. However, we need to be alert and appeal to the people to stay at home for safety measures. He also thanked church leaders for taking equal responsibility. The Chief Minister also visited District Hospital PEC to review the preparedness and measures taken against COVID-19. According to the Health and Family Welfare Department, Government of Nagaland, a total of 3,943 persons were screened as of today. A total of 917 samples were sent from the state for testing and results of 891 samples have been received and all have tested negative for COVID-19. Results for 26 samples are awaited. Further, a total of 1,073 persons are under facility quarantine. Meanwhile, Principal Secretary Home Abhijit Sinha has informed that a total of 3,679 citizens of Nagaland presently outside the state have opted for staying back at their respective places and have filled up the required form on the portal. The Principal Secretary also informed that a total of 1,314 persons have already arrived in Nagaland from other northeastern states. Acting against the spread of fake news, the District Cyber Branch Dimapur Police today identified 2 individuals for circulation of false information regarding the unauthorized absence of some returnees from the Agri Expo Reception cum Quarantine Center. Dimapur Police tweeted saying necessary legal action will follow. It also cautioned against all concerned forwarding unverified information. Meanwhile, reacting to this tweet, Nagaland's lone Lok Sabha MP Tokheho Yeptho tweeted on this report saying such acts are despicable. We all need to support state government's endeavor to facilitate the return of our citizens. Moreover, it belittles the sacrifice of every individual working to get our people back. Examples need to be set for deterrence, the MP tweeted. The Lok Sabha MP also visited the Agri Expo site today. In a tweet, he said, and I quote, "At the quarantine screening Agri Expo, I salute all our staff at the facility who are putting duty before self. Acts of valor and sacrifice are not only in terms of war, but in times like these too. May God bless and protect them." Unquote. And with that, we come to the end of this bulletin. Stay home, stay safe, and take good care of yourself. Bye for now, and thanks for watching.